We are hot off the developer keynote here today at day 2 of Google Cloud Next, and we have two amazing leaders here at Google Cloud. We have Sarah Kennedy, Vice President in Marketing, and Ricky Robinette, Senior Director here for Google Developer Marketing. And so I want to dive straight into just talking about what we just saw at the developer keynote. We had a ton of exciting announcements on stage. So Sarah, I'm going to start with you. From your perspective, what is going to have the biggest immediate impact on developers' day-to-day workflows here?
Yeah, I think it's been interesting to watch the just progression, the velocity of how fast developers can now ship things and put them in market. And I think with agents now, we're making it simpler and easier, of course, to build agents. But I think what's really exciting is for developers who are building for these large organizations where they work, having multi-agent orchestration and also having the ability to build trust through the governance tools that we're providing, as well as the security and infrastructure support we're providing. I think that's really exciting. I also personally get a little nerdy and really excited as when on the no-code side of things myself, for developers to be able to build high-code apps and then be able to work with their business partners who are able to contribute to that, and almost makes more of an organic team building together environment through Gemini Enterprise. So those are two of the things I'm personally most pumped about and I think is really exciting for the developer community.
Amazing. How about you, Ricky?
Oh my gosh, Steph, this is like trying to ask for a favorite child. It's the reason I only have one kid, because I don't want to have to think about it. Oh my gosh, I mean, a couple things I'll call out. First, the skill stuff. I think everybody's thinking about capacity and token optimization, and skills is such a great way to bring the knowledge at the exact moment you need it, not waste any tokens. So I'm really excited about the skills repository. And then all the observability stuff. I use this all the time. It's like such a pain to try to debug and look at what's happening with your agents. So the ability to do that in a different way is so rad.
Yeah, and now we have MCP's servers set up for Google Cloud, which I think is an amazing
really
capability, just out of the box for developers to use.
So rad.
Okay, so for the developers watching right now who just want to get their hands dirty, then what was, out of the things that they were all just announced, where should they actually start?
Oh my gosh, do you want
No,
to go
for it.
I mean, I think ADK is the best thing to start with, right? Like I have found when you start using ADK, it just unlocks all these other things. It's like the beginning of the journey, but it's also, you can do it with, 5 lines of code and get started. So it's like the perfect place to start. Also, I'm a JavaScript developer, so the fact that you can do it in Python, you can do it in JavaScript, you can do it, there's a bunch of languages now with ADK, so meeting you where you are is really rad.
You can bring it straight to Google Cloud with Agent Engine and everything that's available with Gemini Enterprise Agent Platform, so there's a really tight integration there too. We do know, however, that the AI landscape is changing incredibly fast. So how is Google Cloud helping developers upskill and stay ahead of the curve in all of this space?
Yeah, I think our Builder Hub is a big part of that equation, and thanks to Ricky and a lot of, exactly, he's going to be bashful about that. But a lot of the great work that we're doing, I mean, Google, by the way, has this legacy of building super strong communities, and I think people learn best and most effectively when they're able to just share with somebody else who's also on the same journey. So I think the things that we can do to put in place, whether it's through our Google developer groups, or other forms of community that give people a chance to learn together and to share, also like where have they had challenges, like what are they doing to sort of troubleshoot in their own workflows. Like, I think that's really powerful, and that's the very best thing Google can do, is create space and opportunity for those communities to come together organically.
Yeah, and I feel like this is a softball one you gave me, Steph. I think I know what you want me to say, but I will just plus one. I've been at Google for a little over 6 months, and the community that Google has built, the communities that Google's part of, it's just amazing. We're in the GDE lounge. I'm sure you've been shouting that out, but it's just so incredible to look around and see all the developers that are part of our community here. And to answer your question, I can't not talk about gear. Yes, Steph's got it on the bingo card. So Gemini Enterprise Agent Ready, it's our program that really gives you the tools to get into this world of agents. And I don't know, for me, I'll be honest, I'm a little bit of a cynical developer. So when everyone started talking about agents, I'm like, whatever. I've been through this cycle before of stuff. And I think finally we're seeing no, this is a real thing. People really need this. And at least for me, I was like, I need something like gear, because I feel like I have to catch up for all the time I was cynical. I'm like paying the like cost of being too cynical.
Yeah, I'm really excited about Gear. We launched it this year, and now we have 2 new additional learning paths available, and it's all integrated with Google Skills. So it's not only about getting started with learning how to build with ADK, but now you can bring it in production and learn how to scale it on Google Cloud. So for everyone wanting to learn, like, please start with Gear. You also get 35 monthly credits with Google Skills, and we're adding a ton more content to Gear throughout the year. So be sure to check that out. Okay, so we know that building is always better when you're together. So can you talk about how the Google developer communities have kind of evolved over the last year, especially with the explosion of Gen AI?
Yeah, actually, Ricky, you want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite thing is helping new people discover the ability to shape their world with software. And I think we've been on this trajectory like really since the beginning of software development of that being the goal. I think it was Grace Hopper, I'm gonna like get the quote wrong, that basically said like the like preferred programming language is English, right? Our natural language. And we finally live in a world where that is true, which means like almost anyone has the ability to build. And I think for us, when we think about our community, just making it a place that's welcoming, that's inclusive, that's safe for those people, where whether it's, day 1 of starting to code or it's, year 60, that there's a spot for you. And I think we've just seen this explosion of people joining the community and trying to make sure everybody gets what they need. And the nice thing with the agent stuff is like we're also all learning together. So I've been coding for like 20, 30 years, but I'm just as early as someone who started today, really. And so I think giving people that space to realize like we're in it together is something I'm super stoked about.
Yeah, I love that. It's sort of just like this explosion of how accessible our technology has made building things. Like we want to support people who make things. And that means more and more people are going to be welcomed into this community because the access and the democratization of being able to ship something is now so much greater. And I think that's like one of the coolest things I've seen in the last year. Even just me and my very no-code vibe over here, being able, I built like, an app that is for my managing our household while I'm away, like being able to check in on the stats of what my now 7-month-old is doing when I'm not there. And the fact that I could do that, and I actually built that while he was in the middle of a nap, like on my phone. And like, that's crazy. But having the ability to actually create a community where everyone who can be a builder and the definition of builder is evolving, that's really special time to be a part of this. And it's kind of like, is that our next billion users at Google, is actually the developer community. So I think that's a really, really exciting time for us to be, providing these tools to the world, but also creating community for a totally new breed and type of person and builder to be able to learn from people who have been doing it for 15, 20, and 30 years.
Yeah, and I've seen that with our hackathons online that we run. Like one of the winners of our last ones was not someone who had all this expertise in AI or even Google Cloud, and they ended up being the grand prize winner, and we brought them to one of our conferences. And we have some winners here today, actually, from our latest Gemini Live Agent Challenge. So it's just like, it's so exciting. Like the barrier to entry is just so low now, but it's also, you can do things that you never could before. I also was talking to a GDG lead yesterday that I ran into, and she was like, hey, like, our community here in New York City is really different than San Francisco. Like in SF, somebody can show up, a startup founder will show up to a hackathon, do something in literally an hour, finish the hackathon, go home, come the next day, do another one. And in New York, she's like, well, it's not quite like that. Like we want a little bit more of a workshop in the beginning. It's going to take 2 full days. And that's the beauty of it, is that we do a lot of local regionalization with the events. And so I'm just seeing a lot of personalization when it comes to the developer experience today. Yeah, it's really exciting.
Yeah. And I'm going to volunteer Sarah after next to come on a live stream to demo what she built.
I would love to, actually.
Right?
I've got many. I've got a portfolio going.
I feel like it's always my favorite thing is to see
really
what
cool.
people are building.
I love it.
Yes, I love it. Yeah. So just, okay, zooming out a little bit, what is your favorite part about seeing what the community builds after Next? Sarah, you're going to be one of those people to show us what you build.
Great.
And how can people watching get more involved with us, with our developer ecosystem as well?
Yeah, I think, well, I'll let you answer the last part of that. But I think on just what I'm excited about, number one, we've got, self-identified. We have, let's say, over 8,000 developers confirmed on site right now. But actually, again, as we're talking, it's kind of like, is that even I mean, there's 32,000 people here who can walk away and start to build something. I'm excited to see actually, again, kind of that bridge between business, functions, leaders, people who typically wouldn't be a part of that process. I'm excited to see what that melding of those minds will start to create, because I think that's going to unlock a totally different set of opportunities. And it's like, you're only as good as the concept and the brief and what you want to build. And I think having that vision and that clarity and bringing more developers closer to other parts of the business just by organic nature of wanting to make something great, I'm excited to see what that will start to produce.
Yeah, huge plus one. I mean, I kind of feel like the thing that's blown my mind joining Google is you can find us hopefully almost everywhere, right?
It's hard not to.
I'm looking out here, I see like Matt from DevRel and David from Dev Ecosystem, and it's like there's probably a GDG where you are, there's a Dev Fest, we're online, you can be part of the Google Developer Program, you can join Gear, right? And if we're not somewhere where you are, like, the best thing, come tell us, tweet at us or whatever you're supposed to call it, X at us, post at us, whatever it is. Tim will tell me what I'm supposed to call that. Comment on LinkedIn, be like, why aren't you in this place, whether it's online or offline? And chances are, like, in the next 12 months, we will be there and we want to meet you.
Yeah, so many community events happening. Like, I know just from working with the teams in Dev Ecosystems, there's a ton of community events that are lined up throughout the year, and that's going to culminate in some of our summits and Dev Fests. But even if you're not in a place where you have easy access to that, we want to make it super easy for you to join our online communities and get your hands on the tech. Like, we're not just talking about it, we want you to participate in hackathons, we want you to go in our learning skills and take learning paths. So anyway, it's just in a really exciting time, and we hope these live streams help also.
For sure. And just as a reminder too, like everything that was shown today in the Dev Keynote, we open sourced all the code that's behind that, just so people can go play with it. So that's another place to engage.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, I think that's all the time we have, but what are you most excited, just to wrap it up, what are you most excited about, like, just after next? What are you going to absorb?
I mean, like a nap? I don't know, what about you?
I was like, I'm going to sleep for 7 days.
True. We were dreaming about our naps.
I mean, Weezer's
tonight. It's going to be
Vincent
epic.
Boone. I'm going to do a backflip off the table at the end of this
He's been stretching.
thing.
He was just stretching before we got on.
No, I mean, truly for me, it's just when we make all this stuff for developers, right? Like, that's the thing I love about Google Cloud is it's like, it's all technical tools to help developers build. And every year after events like this, someone makes something that I just never expect. And if you watch the developer keynote, we shouted out a few things, and I'm kind of most excited over the coming weeks and months to see the thing that we're all going to be like, that's the developer we want to shout out in the developer keynote next year.
Maybe we can start naming, the next TPU
version
after that. That'd be cool. No, I think also I'm excited because this is like Google Cloud Next is sort of the kickoff to a season of launching for Google overall. And so we've got weeks now that are between us and I/O. So I think putting tools in developers' hands is awesome, and all the new announcements, there's going to be even more goodness coming out in the next month as we go toward I/O. So I'm pumped to see what's built between now and then all the crazy things that are going to happen as we continue to launch new products into the market.
And I know that, we've been here at Google Cloud for several years. I know, Ricky, you just mentioned you're newer, but no, we've all been in tech for so long, and I feel like zooming out, I truly authentically believe that this is one of the most exciting times to be here and to be a part of this company. So I hope that our developer communities feel the same way and that you're going to be with us on this journey. And thank you to both of you for all the work going into Google Cloud Next. And we're excited to see you and see everyone here again next year, hopefully.
Thank you.
Thanks,
all right.
Great.
Don't go anywhere. We will be back here in a bit. So see you all soon.